Late Night with the Devil. Not since The Omen, the Amityville Horror, and the absolute masterpiece, The Exorcist, has a film perfectly encapsulated the paranormal horror genre. David Mastalachian is absolutely mesmerizing as Jack Delroy, the host of the fictional Night Owls with Jack Delroy. Late Night with the Devil is set in the 1970s. Now, this isn't revolutionary. A lot of films have been retro lately. However, from start to finish, I was transported to my childhood. The opening credits, including the production houses that had a hand in funding the film, had a retro flair. And in keeping with the retro theme, careful attention has been paid to the dialogue, the colorization, the cinematography, the blocking, the direction. Everything was done through the lens, no friggin' pun intended, of a 1970s film. There are elements of The King of Comedy, the aforementioned Exorcist, and towards the end of the film, amazingly, 2001: A Space Odyssey, Mastalachian and his performance. It was truly mesmerizing, perfectly cast. I still can't believe this is the same man from the first Ant-Man movie, the outrageously Eastern Bloc Kurt Gorchester. The pompadour was an especially nice touch. But I digress. The rest of the casting was spot on. Usually child actors are hit and miss, but Ingrid Torelli as Lily Diablo, the girl possessed by the demon Abraxas, was completely committed. As an aside, the lower demon's name is Abraxas, which, according to the film's mythology, comes the word abracadabra. Continuing with the prognostical theme, Ian Bliss as Carmichael Haig exquisitely pulls off his interpretation as the amazing Randy, a 1970s magician turned skeptic. Laura Gordon's portrayal of psychologist June Ross Mitchell was a cross between Mia Farrow's Rosemary Woodhouse and Donald Pleasance's Dr. Sam Loomis, with Reyes Artieri as Gus McConnell, Jack Delroy's co-host and comic relief, with Josh Kwong-Tart as the absolutely slimy producer Leo Fisk, and rounding out this excellent cast is Faisi Bazi as the psychic The Great Christou. The plot is fairly straightforward. Delroy's late show is flailing against the juggernaut, The Tonight Show with Johnny Carson. So, in a last-ditch appeal to the lowest common denominator, Delroy and his producer Fix conjure up an idea. Let's bring on a little girl possessed by a demon, and let's do this before a live audience. To put it lightly, it doesn't go well. It draws from the aforementioned Exorcist, The Omen, as well as Charlie Manson's followers, shades of the King of Comedy, and even the opening of Guardians of the Galaxy, and combining all these elements into a whirling dervish of escalating terror. I'm not going to go into the particulars of the plot, as this is a spoiler-free review, but needless to say, murder and mayhem ensues. What I will say is this film gave me friggin' nightmares. Late Night with the Devil is a relatively small-budget film, approximately $6 million, depending on the source. But by keeping the set small, the directors, Colin and Cameron Kames, who also wrote the film, kept it simple, stupid. The direction was tight, as was the pacing. Cinematography by Matthew Temple was retro-correct, as was the coloring. Editing was also handled by the brothers Kames. There is something to be said for maintaining complete control of the filming process. I can attest to this personally, with my very dear good friend Sean Boyd and I wrote, edited, and produced a short film called Waiting for Deja, with Sean handling the wonderful direction and cinematography of the self-financed project. As an aside, don't self-fund. It becomes horrendously expensive, both monetarily and emotionally. But back to Late Night with the Devil, a completely engrossing, mesmerizing, and frightening paranormal horror film. It's playing on Amazon right now for the low rental cost of $6. Well worth the investment and the late night terrors. Late Night with the Devil, 9 out of 10, because nothing is perfect other than The Godfather.
That I cannot do.
Mayhem out.